Okay, Sam Sulek's terrible, horrible contract that he's just trapped in and suffering through. I'm sure you've seen the recent scuttlebutt. I'm only commenting on it because I've already got videos up concerning everything you really need to know to build your body. Everything that you pretty much need to know to preserve your body. Everything you kind of need to know just to stay viable as you age. So what else is there? Just start repeating myself. So I'm going to comment on this because it's topical. Sam Sulek now. He's got, I'm not sure about the gentleman's name, who heads up or owns or whatever this hostile brand. But I know that that's the brand name. I don't know what their product is. I don't know, why would I know? How would I know? You know what I mean? Unless I use one of their products, I don't have all these tidbits of trivia, even in YouTube, clown tube fitness shit. I don't know all these, I don't know all this minutia of all this trivia surrounding clown tube fitness. I don't know all these internet brands and all these YouTuber fucking products, and I don't know all this. The few that I know are the few that I know because I stumbled across on YouTube somewhere or whatever have you. Otherwise, I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'm not one to really, it's not my thing to really be like a gossip hound or fucking, have these hen parties and, just sit around reflecting on other men. It's just not my deal. If it's your deal, that's fine. I sure enough pay enough attention to women, so if, whatever. If it's your thing, it's your thing. So Sam Sulek, apparently people are complaining for him. That's so noble of them. And another thing, if it's trendy now to refer to people as white knights just because you're defending a lady's honor, I don't know when that became a fucking white knighting, like that's a negative thing. But if it's supposedly you're some kind of stooge if you defend a woman's honor, well, what are you if you're defending another man's honor? Do you not think that Sam Sulek is a grown man? Are you questioning his intellectual capacity? If you follow him, and if you're a follower, again, I don't follow anybody. I'm not one of these guys, dude. I don't, even professional sports, the serious shit like NFL and crap, it's not my gig, man. I like to actually engage in things. So if I played football, I would probably watch football. It's like everything else. If I don't do it myself, I'm not much of a spectator. I'm not a good spectator. So, and even if I do it myself, that doesn't mean I'll know everything about everybody else. I'm not a kid anymore. It's not like when I used to know, my favorite baseball team and who all was on it and shit. That was when I was a kid. Now I'm worried about doing my own thing, and that keeps me busy enough. Last thing you're ever going to see me is like these jerseys and shit people buy, right? They pay all this money. This is the official, my perspective on that. And again, you can have your opinion, so please allow me to have mine. My opinion on that is I'm not putting on something with another man's name across the back of it. Like I idolize this motherfucker or something. Because he's not putting food on my table. He's not paying my bills. He's not, you know what I'm saying? And much less, you'll never see me not married. I'm divorced for many decades, but if I were married, I can't see myself being with a woman or having a family, and I'm going to have another man's name across her back as well. What does that say? Have you thought about that? Or another man's name across my kid's back? Why do you have a jersey with your name on it? Are they wearing a jersey with your name on the back of it? Or is your family wearing your jersey? What I'm getting at is you supply the heat, you supply the electricity, you supply the food on the table. If you're out there paying your bills, doing what you need to do, raise your family, and you're providing, then you should be that hero. You should be that idol. Everything's topsy-turvy nowadays. Nonetheless, let me get back to the Sam Sulek thing. And it's relevant to the topic, in my opinion. You know, if you're a fan of Sam Sulek, then you figure maybe you think he's smart about the way he's doing gear or whatever he's doing. It's not unsafe. Listen, he's not that huge yet. He looks great. He's got good shape. He's awesome. He trains very much like, from what I've seen, like we all did, old school on the East Coast at least. That's how we all used to train. It just seems like normal. It's a throwback to a better time, in my opinion. Good work ethic, apparently. Seems like he's got a decent head on his shoulders. So if you believe all those things, right? If he is competent enough or has the intellectual capacity or is responsible enough to be able to decide what to put in his body, how much of it, for how long, and weigh the risk versus reward thing, and right? If you give him enough credit that he's smart enough to be able to do that in an intelligent way, I mean, I did it. That's why I'm still here today. I'll be 62 this year, and I look like this, and extremely healthy. Knock on wood. So, if you believe he has the capacity, the intellectual capacity to do all of that, then don't you think this man can decide for himself what contract or what company he's going to represent or who he's going to do business with, right? And in the professional world, this is the second point. First point is, he's a grown man. If he's responsible enough to decide what drugs to put in his body, he's responsible enough to be able to decide who to associate himself with in business. All right? Second point is this. Everybody, for I don't know how long, has always been wanting to elevate bodybuilding to a more professional, more accepted status, which that's never going to happen. It's just not, because the common man, again, going to work every day, paying his bills, supporting his family, doing his thing, can't relate to it. Most, more than not, can't really relate to it, They can't see themselves in it. At least if they watch competitive sports, they can kind of get behind a team mentality and all this, but they can't get behind an individual that's completely foreign from their life. So it's always going to be a fringe fucking thing, and that's fine with me. I could care less. But a lot of people are always saying, oh, it needs to be more professional, more money, more sponsors, better sponsors, blah, 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 right? Well, in the professional world, there are agreements and contracts you may make with your employer. I can tell you that, even in what I do, having nothing to do with lifting weights, right? There are things that you agree to and sign as a contract or whatever when you are hired, sometimes, that are non-compete clauses and things like that, meaning that if you work there, so that if you up and quit or part ways, the agreement is you will not go into business for yourself and directly compete with your former employer, for a year or whatever it might be. So there's all kind of shit like that. People are always trying to protect their brand, protect their company. It works both ways. When you go and get a job, you want to get the most you can make, right? You want to get paid what you believe you're worth. You want to shoot high. You want to, you're making the company money. You're going to make the company money. You've got a lot of experience in what you do, or in Sam's case, a lot of credibility, huge following. Okay, so he brings a lot to the table, and in exchange for that, he can negotiate and use that as leverage to be able to get, things that pay better dividends for him in his contract and association. So if that's the deal that he made, and I don't know if it is or if it isn't. How do you know? I don't know. I don't know if he's allowed to do other podcasts, not do other podcasts, whatever, what have you. But whatever contract he signs is what he signs, is what I'm getting at. It's nothing new. That's what business consists of. That's just part of doing business. That's how it works. That's all there is. So I don't see what the big, I guess people's lives get so vacant and humdrum and stagnant. I don't know. Boring? I don't know. That you got to focus on this minutia, and then there are all these podcasts where it's just a sausage party, basically, day after day after day of just dudes just sitting around having a hen party, just gossiping and listen, if that's your thing, that's cool. And you know what? If somebody paid me to participate in some bullshit like that, just sit around and fucking shoot the shit, if I thought it was worthwhile, I would do it too. You know what I mean? But as an audience, I don't see the allure in that, but again, I'm a shitty YouTuber, so you know what I mean? Gotta take it with a grain of salt coming from me. That's it, just wanted to touch on it because, why? Because people frequently ask me when I do live things, and I do live streams sometimes, mostly on Patreon, but I do them on YouTube occasionally. I just did one on YouTube, I don't know how long ago. I don't save them, I don't record them, they're just live, and that's the end of it. When it's off the air, it's off the air, because the whole thing for me is the communication with the audience, with you guys, or with whoever might want to communicate with me. That's all there is. I don't care about views afterwards and leaving it up as a video, none of that bullshit. None of that bullshit. So you catch it, you don't, you don't. And if it doesn't matter to you, all the better. You know, but you know, frequently people do ask me, you know, during these live streams, what do you think about Joe Blow? What do you think about John Doe? What do you think about? And I don't, you know, I don't think about it much. I can give you an opinion, I guess, but it's not, you know, it's not like I'm seeing anybody and I'm just watching their videos and shit going, man, wow. You know, I'm just not. I'm 62 this year. I'm a grown fucking man. I'm more than grown. You know what I mean? I've had enough life and lived enough decades, done enough things. It's not my thing. No. And I'll give you, I'll share my opinion with you, like I'm doing here. But again, that's coming from me. You got to take a considered source. That's it. Just got done doing a little bit of back work. Having an awesome day. A lot of snow out there. No motorcycle riding today, which blows. All right, you guys take care. Have an awesome evening.